Welcome to the second show we've done now together as co-hosts, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I'm really excited to be here.
It all starts from our local neighborhood and just a basic feeling that you can do something to help your neighbor, to help somebody that you see on the street, that you see at Vasco's when you come in, somebody whose hand you can shake, right?
It's true.
Once we were asked, I jumped right on board. I was like, I would love to do that. I didn't know which part of our team was going to be down to do that with us. But once I asked the team in our group chat, I had like 5 or 6 of our team members that were like, hey, I'll do it. And so I had to tell everyone else, all right, we've got enough people.
I see veterans all of the time. And especially if I see a Vietnam veteran, I always say, welcome home, because they were welcomed home. I thank them all. Whenever I see them, I see service members, I thank them all the time.
It's an honor to work with people collaboratively to go after those things. And you see the power of networks, the power of us coming together, and the type of impact that we can make around pets, vets, and kids. Hey, what's going on, friends? Welcome back to another episode of the Love Local Chicagoland podcast. We're here at Vasco's Peri Peri to be able to bring a story to light. We're showcasing a nonprofit called the Giving Group with Vasco's Care Day, which is a big part of your dream of being able to give back to the community. Samir, welcome to the second show we've done now together as co-hosts, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I'm really excited to be here. I think we have a pretty awesome story of the Giving Group doing their things, the local nonprofit that helps with pets, vets, and kids, and really just doing some beautiful work with giving hearts in the community. And we're being able to talk about a veteran and being able to showcase the room remodel that the Giving Group is a part of. I myself sit on the board with Giving Group. I'm really fortunate to be a part of that. So I think throughout the show, we're going to be able to talk to Giving Group. We'll be able to talk to a business owner that's a painter that's a part of this room remodel. And we'll be able to talk to a veteran too, which I'm really excited for the community to be able to hear. But what are you excited about today?
First of all, I'm very excited about always a Vasco's Care Day. So when we meet our different community leaders, givers especially, I will call the person who gets in the team and comes out and supports us is a big giver. Mm-hmm. So Giving Group also, where they initiated and formed this company and where we are trying to work with them also. It's a great non-profit organizations. I have worked with them in the past also. It was awesome. And we got the opportunity this time to work for the veterans. So it's awesome feeling.
Yeah, it's Giving Group. I can't say enough good things about it. They show up in the community. They've been showing up in the community. You know, to me, it's been a COVID baby is what I like to call it. It was initiated throughout COVID, but they show up in the community with giving hearts. And I think it's the Giving Group is right in their name. They come to give, they come to serve.
Indeed, it is.
And they come to be able to help people, where they can. This time with a local veteran where the room remodel is going to be taking place. I want people to know just about what Vasco's Care Day is from your point of view. You have Vasco's Peri Peri's here in Schaumburg. You have Arlington Heights. You have them in Lombard. They're going to be popping up in other places as you go. You're really doing something special to be able to give back to the community. Not only serving them with great food and delicious food, but you're coming with a giving mindset too, which is something from Love Local we really believe in. I know the Giving Group obviously feels that same way too. What is Vasco's Care Day?
So Vasco's Care Day is simply, it's our small way to thank the community who's been supporting us all these years throughout without any fail. So we are also a COVID baby, so like Giving Group. And when we launched this, people thought, why you made this? Friends and family also, that was it a right decision, that start a business in COVID. But amazing community of Schaumburg who hold us, cuddle us, and give us a boost. And throughout these days until today, and I believe going forward also, Schaumburg's community and even Lombard and Arlington Heights community as well, they have supported us so much. We are very grateful. So this program of Vasco's Care Day officially came in place was 2024 last year in January, where we decided that we will celebrate every month, one day, 20% of our sales. We will partner with local non-profit organizations and we will give it to them as a donation, and it will go toward their noble cause.
Yeah, so 20%, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, 20% of that day's proceeds goes back to that local nonprofit. Knowing that you were built this business in the beginning of COVID as well, and seeing your success in the community, to me, yes, it's great food. Yes, it's unique food that you don't really get around here. The flavors are delicious. And honestly, I've been on a Vasco's diet this week, just from the amount of times you've been able to collaborate, and I've been in here. But I really feel like it's how you're showing up in the community is why you're being successful. Like, yeah, other businesses have great products, right? But you're showing up with a giving heart. Why is that so important to you to give back locally like that?
I think it's very simple for our kids, you know. We need to preserve our community. Giving back to the community, which is always my strong belief that, you know, we're not doing any favors to them, but we are doing a favors to ourselves, because giving back, it brings peace, it brings joy to us, you know. And most importantly, we need to raise our kids with giving heart that, hey, you know what, we need to build our community together. You know, we have different cultures, different tribes, race, you know, religions, and we need to come all together to make it happen, to make this place a living heaven for our kids and ongoing generations. You know?
Yeah, man. When we collaborate with each other as people that live in the community, as business owners in the community, and as nonprofits in the community, we could really shape our communities to be a very positive place to be able to live and to grow, and the benefits not only for our generation, but you're talking about our kids. When we come together to support locally, when we support our small businesses because they're giving back to our nonprofits, and our nonprofits are doing beautiful work, like the Giving Group is here with being able to support a veteran with a room remodel,
right.
Our world changes for the better.
Yes, I do agree.
Yeah, but it's about putting it at work. It's about coming together in collaboration, just like we're doing here, to be able to help bring stories to life in the community that could help inspire others to do that same work. And so I'm really grateful to be here. The next Vasco's Care Day is going to be on November 18th, right?
November 18th, yes.
And the recipient obviously will be the Giving Group, and it's going to help make sure that we can get this room remodel off, yes. And making sure that we support a veteran in its place. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think with the room remodel, seeing businesses come together and to be able to be the foundation of where this is happening here at Vasco's Perry, which is that's how you show up in the community, is a real honor for us here at Love Local. And it's a big reason why we started, and it's a big reason why we keep going, because we think that if we continue to collaborate, if we continue to come in with our niches on where we're good at, and we work together towards the common good, we can do good. For this collaboration, obviously Vasco's Perry is a part of it. We also have Mike Powers from Powers Painting and Decorating, who's going to be on the show today, and we'll get to talk about his business and why he wanted to show up and give back. But we also have Crown Coverings, which is based out of Roselle. They're a flooring and a flooring company as well as a countertop company. To me, is just really great people that work at the forefront of it with Sherry and with Rocco, and they're just doing pretty amazing things. And to me, I think knowing them and seeing them grow over the years, they're the fastest growing, flooring and countertop company here in our local area. But they're a big part of this as well. They won't be on the show today.
Yes,
they're busy building their thing, but they're here in spirit, and there's a lot of gratitude for them as well. But one question is, and we'll get ready to get on to having Liz on the next segment, but why is it important to support the veteran community in your opinion?
It is strongly needed, because I strongly believe that we need to serve those who serve the nation, and it is important to take care of our community, and they are our local veterans also, so this is our time to give back to them. So this is where we decided, and when we spoke to Giving Group, and Giving Group, like, they are also vets pets, so yes, we decided, okay, fine, this is a fantastic opportunity for Vasco's to give back and collaborate with the veterans, and we are so much happy, glad, and it's a lot of gratitude, that we've been grateful to be a part of such a noble cause.
Yeah, I am. I'm honored to be here with you as we bring these stories to life in our community. We had a great one last month where we had to support the local police in their wellness room. This one being able to work collaboratively with the Giving Group, which is an amazing nonprofit here in our local area. It's really a true honor.
Likewise, thank you.
Yeah, I think of the Giving Group, and I think one of our things that we talk about joy a lot and experiencing joy, but we also talk about impact. And I think about the impact we have when we come together and when we serve our community in a loving way.
Right.
But it's going to take all of us to be able to show up like that and to be able to work together to be able to create that impact.
Agreed.
Not just a restaurant could do that alone, not just a media company could do that alone, not just a painting company couldn't do that alone, or a flooring and countertop company could do it alone. But when we come together and we go after projects together, we go after initiatives together, the sky's the limit on the positive impact we could leave here and make here in our local community.
True. It's like a collective efforts when we come together, and when different diversified business knowledge people comes on a table, and that's where like crown coverings also and Vasco's and other industries comes together, we can make something happens in the community, and this is very important, that you cannot think that, I can only make the change, but we all can come together, and that's where the changes comes, and the joy and peace, it's not only about doing something or achieving something, but it's more importantly that we are able to build something together, and we are celebrating it. We are enjoying it. It brings peace to us. It brings calmness, and many times when I go back home, my kids are also excited to know, hey, Dad, you participated with this? So what is that? What's next? So now they already know something is called Vasco's Care Day. So when it's coming, so they now also trying to get me on the board of school, like, that, hey, can we do for our PTA? So they've been, like, so my wife, my kids also excited. So yes, I see a great change in my personal life also, where I see my wife, my kids also enjoying this, and they want to be part of this. And in fact, again, I'm going on a Giving Group, that they are running a beautiful program of Junior Ambassador program. And I'm very excited that I have requested Giving Group that, hey, you are not doing a great job only, but you are teaching kids a leadership. And please allow my kids to be on a board of that. And Ritesh and team are so excited to see my kids also to be part of that beautiful initiative also, like, to learn from them. And this is the most beautiful thing, that such a seniors whose experience of giving in the community are there to teach our kids, to guidance them that, hey, how to be part of the community, and, how to be helpful to the seniors and be a volunteers, and go to the library and be volunteers. And there is so many other opportunities in the community to be a part of it and give back to the community. So yes, I am very excited, very happy to be part of this beautiful initiative. And Vasco's Care Day always brings a joy to me and a lot of peace to me.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Going off of what you said is, and tying the Giving Group into this, as Liz is about to be here in the first segment of this, is when we focus in on working together to be able to create impact that it can be positive, true joy comes.
It does.
But it's about working together to create impact, to be able to get to that joy. And together we can do that. So let's bring in Liz onto the show.
Yes, let's welcome her. It's a time to call her now, right?
Let's do it. All right, my friends, we're excited to be able to introduce you to Liz Karsten from the Giving Group. Amazing human. I get to work with her side by side as a board member of the Giving Group, and I'm excited for her to be able to talk about the Giving Group and what they're doing with this room remodel and why supporting veterans is so important. She's pretty awesome. Would you agree?
I do agree. We all know Liz. Liz is a fantastic person, with a lot of humors.
Yeah, I think we should stop talking so nicely about her now and just introduce her because maybe her head's getting big.
Probably not. Or
Probably
yes,
not.
there's a chance also.
She's an amazing human, and
She's
super
fantastic.
excited too. So welcome to the show, Liz.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for all of the sea of compliments. I appreciated that.
You're
Definitely did
amazing,
not
Liz.
put me in a wrong place right now. Yeah.
It's your heart, my friend. You show up, you're real, and it's your heart comes out in the actions that you do. Giving Group, you're a big part of the Giving Group, and the reason why we've been so successful in helping us as a board come together with a strong vision and keeping us all together. And I'm honored to work with you side by side. I've talked a little bit about the Giving Group, but I want from your mouth, like, who and what is the Giving Group?
I mean, I think the best way to describe Giving Group is we are a community, right? It's not about an individual effort. It's not about an individual impact. It's about what can we collectively do differently in our own neighborhood, in our own city, village, whatever it is. And Giving Group at its heart has a very noble goal, I think. We're trying to help everything and everyone with a beating heart, be that pets, be that kids, be that veterans. Veterans is the area that is very near and dear to my heart, even though not in the United States, but my family has served in other militaries of the world, let's put it this way. And so I have a very soft spot for people who sacrifice their lives, sacrifice their livelihoods, sacrifice their families for a greater good. Not everybody has it in them to say, I think there is a bigger thing out there that I need to protect in the world. And I think it takes guts. I think it takes a big heart to do that. And I think it takes dedication. So when Giving Group was just getting started, we talked a lot about why and who we want to help. And I think each one of us had this, somebody was really into pets, somebody was really wanting to help kids and make a difference there, and someone was really on that veteran side, can we be the advocate? And so we decided why to choose. Why not to give ourselves and everybody around us an opportunity to help who they want to help and contribute to a society that is safer, that is kinder, that is more generous. And honestly, this hasn't been, it hasn't have happened if we wouldn't have people like Samir, like yourself, like the community that we have, like some of the people that you will see on the show, like Crown, Coverings, right, and Sherry and Rocco, who really, out of the goodness of their hearts, not because it's marketing materials, not because it's promotion, but out of the goodness of the heart, they want to do something. They want to leave a legacy, and we call it a legacy of impact. And that's what Giving Group is about. It's about legacy of impact.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love being a part of it. And to me, it's an honor to work with people collaboratively to go after those things. And you see the power of networks, the power of us coming together, and the type of impact that we can make around pets, vets, and kids. And being a board member myself and showing up with you all it inspires me that through collaboration we could build in community, we could build vibrant communities.
Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing.
I agree with that. And I would like to ask Liz, what do you want people to know about Giving Group?
I think what's important to know about us is, number one, we are a volunteer-run organization, right? And I'm not saying this lightly because a lot of our events, a lot of fundraising that is happening, it's all driven by volunteers. And again, that's how society is built. It's built on volunteers. It's built on people who care. So I think that's a very important aspect of who we are as a Giving Group and what people need to know. And I think the other side of it is to, we go out of our way to be very transparent with our donor base as to where the money goes, why we chose the project that we chose to spend the money on, and then what is the actual real life impact that the money that you donate to Giving Group creates, right? And I think the importance of it is that ripple effect of goodness. There are many worthy organizations out there that are big, that are helping in medicine and all different aspects of the world. But I think it all starts from our local neighborhood and just a basic feeling that you can do something to help your neighbor, to help somebody that you see on the street, that you see at Fastco's when you come in, somebody whose hand you can shake, right?
Yes, true.
And knowing that you did something to make their life easier, because everybody fights their own battles. If you ask anybody, everybody has something that they are going through right now. And I think that's what sets Giving Group apart a little bit. We really try to make our impact direct, right? And keep ourselves accountable, so then we can report back and say, this is how far your money went. And I think that's something that is near and dear to everybody on the board, and that's kind of where we go with it.
It's how we create impact, right? And keeping it local, keeping it tight knit within our local networks in our community. The sky is the limit on the impact that we can make around pets, vets, and kids. In this episode with veterans, and with this event, veterans. Why is supporting veterans important to the Giving Group? You said a little bit about that in the beginning, but shed any more light on that?
I think everybody that is a part of Giving Group and everybody who was a part of the Giving Group at the beginning, we all had some kind of connection to veterans, to a family, to active military resources. And again, these are the people that keep us safe, right? So, I mean, who else would we help if not them? And unfortunately, not to get too political, but there are a lot of hurdles for veteran community once they get out of the service. And so we really were looking for ways we can make it easier. We can help and we can just make their lives a little bit brighter. And so I think it was really important for us to have that aspect, just because these are individuals that we deal with on an everyday basis.
Thanks, Liz, for sharing that. Yeah, I agree with you. To me, when I look at a veteran, the courage it takes to be able to sign on a dotted line, to be able to serve our country and to keep us safe is something, to me, I admire, I respect, and I think is truly selfless and courageous.
True. And I really appreciate that. I mean, we all should be very grateful for that. Now, Liz, I must ask you that how do you support veterans?
So it's a very interesting question, because I think that's one of the questions we try to answer every year we go into this, right? Because it's, I guess that initiative presents its own challenges. And we've been absolutely lucky to have a lot of different partners in that space, in the veterans community, to guide us, right, through what we can do. And so originally we've been helping VFW 2022, that you will meet Dino later on, and the Color Guard, 4th District Color Guard. We helped them with their uniforms. That was an opportunity for us to just kind of help rejuvenate, right, that team. And we then went into helping with room remodeling. That we had this great idea that we thought was a really good idea, to have room remodeling option for veterans that may not have an opportunity to do it themselves. They may have spaces that they really wanted to renovate for a very long time, but they couldn't get to it because of the financial or time or whatever the reason is, right? And so last year we decided that we're going to offer it to our honorary veteran, a good friend of mine that again you'll meet later on, because of everything that he does for the community, right? The veteran community has their own pillars, and he's one of them. But we got presented with a different opportunity. One of our sponsors brought a resource to us, a disabled veteran that had his house flooded, and they were doing a lot of restoration work, and they needed help paying for it because the veteran couldn't do it himself. And so we asked Dino if we can potentially postpone his project to be able to pay for this, and he was very gracious in saying yes. And so last year, this initiative went to that veteran. We helped renovate his basement and kind of clean it up, make sure that it's safe to live in due to the mold issues that were there. And so we're trying to evolve that program and really do something that will touch individually every veteran we come across, right? And so we are also partnering with other nonprofits like Salute Inc. And Midwest Veterans Closet. We've donated clothes, we've donated food, we've helped with volunteers for Salute Inc. And actually we are looking to work with Salute Inc. even closer in the next year to make sure that all of the donations that our donors generously give will make an even deeper impact.
Yeah.
Got it.
Why does the giving, you touched a little bit on that, but to go into it, why a room remodel? Why do you think that's so important for veterans?
I think we were doing a lot of research, and Jason, me, I like doing that, right? So I tend to get really into asking questions and just kind of finding ways to help. But at the end of the day, we needed an action item. And as we were talking to different veterans, to different nonprofit organizations, we realized that that's the area that no one else supports. And so that was kind of a niche. A lot of other nonprofits help with food, they help with clothes, they help with utilities, bills, things like that. But there wasn't really a place where veterans can go and say, I need help with just getting my house looking nicer, being safer. Maybe they have children that needed a kids room that they've been putting off because it's a big project, right?
Sure.
And so we thought that maybe we can play in that space, and maybe we can give something to the veteran that will be tangible, but it will also affect not only him or her or them, but the families, and something that will stay in that family for a very long time.
It's so important, and it's just doing a little bit too. The veterans that serve our country are selfless human beings that don't always want to get noticed or to take that credit, right? And when we could do something to be able to give them a space to be able to do life in, it's truly an honor. So your research, it was good, and being a part of this project and seeing it come to life and getting to talk to Dino, which we'll get to talk to later. He's the local veteran that we got to do the room remodel for. He's using the room for a place for community for other veterans, a place to be able to connect, a place to watch the game, a place to watch movies, and so that they could grow together in community by supporting each other. What a gift to be able to help set that stage for them, right? And set that room where they could be in community together to have each other's back. So thank you for the research. Thank you for being a huge integral part of the giving group, and giving us a story to be able to put together, giving us a Vasco's Care Day to put together to be able to help bring lights to not only the giving group but to our veteran community.
No, absolutely. Thank you for having me on, and Samir, thank you so much for your unwavering support. Honestly, if it wouldn't be for you and for companies like Mike's Powers Painting and for companies like Rockwell's and Sherry's, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So we appreciate you a lot.
Likewise, as I said, that whatever we are doing, whatever possible we can do, we are doing, like with all other individuals, including Vasco's also. But we are very grateful to each and every non-profit organizations who are filling a huge gap in the community. And Giving Group, I am a great fan of it too. So God bless, keep going.
We show up together, we're stronger together.
Yes.
And it's what's happening here. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So it's an honor to see Mike Power on the podcast. Mike, thank you so much for coming out and supporting this noble cause, doing a great job. So it's an honor to see you here today.
Yes. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, you are owner of Powers Painting and Decorating, and you showed up for inside of the Giving Group community to be able to show up with your skill set to be able to help with this veteran room remodel. So let's lead with just saying thank you for that, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, happy to help.
How you're showing up with the giving heart is kind of what we're all about. When we all do our part, we all win. So keep going with that, man. I want people to really know about your business and what you do. So what does your company do, and who do you serve day by day?
So we do interior painting, exterior painting, cabinet refinishing, epoxy floors, and then everything in between that, drywall repairs. And who do we serve every day is, homeowners just like you guys. Some commercial people too, some commercial buildings, commercial spaces, but 95% is residential repaints. That's what we're up to. Residential. We talked about you're a really good power partner for realtors too, with being able to get houses ready to be able to list. You do cabinet refacing, which is kind of what you said too, and giving them so we work with a lot of different realtors. If the house is being sold or if a house is fresh, like somebody just purchased it. Mm-hmm. So those are really great clients to be able to help in either transaction, whichever way it goes, because one, it either helps their house sell quicker, or two, they're going to live there for a long time, so it's making it their space.
Yeah. Amen, man.
So I have a question for you, Mike. Generally coming from the entrepreneur journey, so I would like to ask you also that what made you start this business and how has it grown since 2019?
So back in 2019 or 2018, end of 2018, me and my dad, we were both union painters, and we were doing a side job. We were painting a house for a homeowner, and my dad's like, "Hey, why don't we try doing this, all the time?"
Right.
And I was like, "What do we got to lose? Let's give it a try." And now fast forward, here we are, 6.5 years later. I think we have 24 employees total, and
Beautiful.
it's just really nice to be able to, provide a great life for our team, and just the fact that we built what we have in the time that we have. Never expected this. Like, we didn't set out to be where we're at today. It just kind of happened by doing a good job, and that kind of stuff. So
When you do good work and when you show up in your community, I feel like the universe kind of gives it back to you, and it sounds like it's
Right.
doing that within your business.
yeah, I would say within a sense, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. What makes quality and communication so important in your work?
Well, that's a pretty good question. So, quality, obviously, if you do a bad job, people are going to talk a lot about it. If you do a good job, people will talk about it, but maybe not as much as if you did a bad job, right? So doing a good job, obviously, if we paint your house and you're like, man, I can't find anything wrong with this, you're going to rave about us. You're going to refer us.
Sure.
And it's just all around a good experience. And then the communication piece falls hand in hand with that, in my opinion. Being there when we say we're going to be there, letting you know when we're going to be finished, what time we're leaving today, what areas complete, what areas need what. It just, keeps you in the loop the whole way, gives you peace of mind, and makes every homeowner feel really comfortable.
Yeah.
So why is, or what do you think that, in your company, giving back, it's a part of your company's DNA, or what do you think? How would you put it across?
So giving back is something that we've always, it's always been something we've always strived to do. If it's within the homes that we're in, or, how we helped out with this veteran project here. This is our first time doing anything on this scale to really make an impact. So I look forward to doing a lot more of this. But just within homes, we might help somebody out. Let's say we're painting at a house and somebody's gutter's overflowing. We'll go out and unplug it for them, or whatever it is. But so, what you give is, what you kind of get back is kind of the way to put it. Yeah.
You're doing amazing work.
Thank you.
I was in a board meeting with Giving Group, and I first heard your name and about your company.
Yeah.
I was just so impressed, looking forward to meet you because of how you just showed up right away. To be able to jump in on this project and how you wanted to kind of go the extra mile within it, to be able to make sure that Dino, the veteran that is a part of this room remodel, was going to have just an awesome space, not just for the room, but other parts of his house too.
Yes.
What moved you to step up for this veteran on this project?
Yeah, so as I said before, we've always been looking for different ways that we are able to give back. As far as, we have a really great team, and I didn't know how many of our team members were going to say, hey, let's all help out for this. So with this project in particular, once we were asked, I jumped right on board. I was like, we'd love to do that. I didn't know which part of our team was going to be down to do that with us. But once I asked the team in our group chat, I had 5 or 6 of our team members that were like, hey, I'll do it. So I had to tell everyone else, all right, we've got enough people.
That's awesome.
It's a good problem to have.
It's a good thing,
it was a really good feeling to know that our team was like that. They jumped right on it. So then that led us to say, hey, we got all these extra hands, so why not do a couple extra spaces in the house while we're there too?
And I want to add a point that shows that you are a true good leader also. A good boss.
Right, 100%. Yeah, so that was a really good feeling and a good, that was a good feeling on that end.
So if I ask, if someone wants to support your business or to refer to you, what's the best way to reach out to you guys?
So you give us a call, 815-582-9699. That'll get you to our office. You can check us out on social media, reach out on which platform we're on, all of them.
And all under Powers Painting and Decorating?
Yep. Yeah, all under Powers Painting and Decorating. You could pretty much find us anywhere social media-wise, but phone call is usually the best. Shoot us a text if you want, or anything, all of the above.
Cool. Well, we're all about supporting small businesses that are giving back in the community. We think that we could change the script with that type of mindset. So thanks for showing up for this project. We look forward to getting to know you more. Thanks for being on the show today. To be able to help bring this story to life, man. And keep going, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It's
Thank
a
you.
pleasure seeing you, Mike. And you guys are doing great work. God bless you guys.
If you need painting, make sure to reach out to Powers Painting and Decorating. It's important to support who's giving back.
Giving back to the community. It's very important.
Yes. Yep, and there's not enough of that every day, that we see of anyways, So it's a really good feeling within that too.
Yes.
Yeah, we need more of it.
It brings a calmness and peace.
Yes, 100%.
So,
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much, man.
All right, Samir, excited. We have our veteran here, Dino, which is a United States Marine. We're going to be doing the room remodel for, but looking forward to this part of the conversation.
Of course, man. It's a great feeling to have a Marine over here and, all the love and blessings. And I mean, what could be the best honor than this, So thank you so much for coming out to this podcast.
My pleasure.
Yeah, glad to have you here, man. Tell our community a little bit about yourself. What branch did you serve? When did you serve? And what was your role?
So I joined the Marine Corps. I was in there from 1987 to 1991. It was pretty much peacetime at that time, although Desert Shield and Desert Storm had hit, but I had gotten stationed over in Okinawa, Japan. I believe God puts us where he wants us. Kind of like right now, I'm looking out the window, I see the cross across the street. So, he puts us where he wants us. And I had a great year over in Okinawa and 3 years in the Marine Corps. I was at Pendleton for 3 years and then Okinawa for a year. Went over to Korea, Japan, Turkey, did some pretty interesting things. So I was a military policeman. So thank God I was what they call like a grunt with an armband. So I did a lot of field work. It wasn't like a baseline MP where you're being like just a civilian copper out there, basically. I was out in the field all the time doing a lot of field operations, mostly just training exercises and stuff like that. But when it would hit the fan or whatever, we would be like kind of in the rear a little bit, just base security, doing POWs, ammo escorts, dignitary escorts, things like that. Operational security.
Well, thanks for your service, man.
My pleasure.
You're still getting to know you throughout this process and even a little bit before, and you show up for other veterans in the community too, which is a big part of why I think we're big fans of you at the Giving Group. And a big reason why you're here. And I think the gratitude that we had to be able to bring out the room remodel for you to make a space for you. Because you signed your name on the dotted line to be able to serve our country, it means a lot to us, man. But we appreciate you. Thanks for your service.
Yeah, the Giving Group is just unbelievable. I know your motto is kind of like vets, pets, and kids. And when I first met Liz, the connection was pretty much instantaneously. Ironically, she's from Vladivostok, Russia. And like 4 years ago, I couldn't even pronounce Vladivostok. But then I stayed in Vladivostok for 14 days. I did a baseball clinic with the Russian coaches over there with the U.S. Embassy.
Cool.
So that was like just an incredible opportunity for me. I played college and minor league baseball, so that's really my background. So even when I was in the Marine Corps, I played all Marine softball. I traveled around. I mean, I just had a great 4 years when I was in there. And then when I got out, I've been coaching high school baseball ever since. And then I had my own baseball business. And then I ended up getting opportunities to go to the Dominican, Russia, Italy, and just giving back over there. And then what you guys do, I mean, it's just been incredible too. So it's been a godsend.
In order to make a strong world, it takes all of us using our gifts to be able to give back and to be able to do what we love.
Without a doubt.
Sounds like with baseball, you're able to do that as well, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, super passionate about it, obviously, but just the Giving Group and what you guys do, you're very passionate about what you do. You guys give from the heart. It's awesome to see. I'm not just saying that because I've done a lot of community service and a lot of things with being a high school teacher, and I had a club at school that we started right at the day after 9/11. We started Students Helping Soldiers, giving back to the community, taking care of veterans, taking care of active duty service members that were in not such good circumstances, and so I know when people say they're going to do this or that and how things don't always turn out the way they do. You guys say it and you mean it. You definitely talk the talk, but you walk the walk, and it's outstanding.
it means a lot for you to say that. I think, I speak on behalf of our board now. It's not about us.
No, not at all.
It's about how can we serve in our community,
Mm-hmm.
and how can we show up to be in service of other people who serve their community. And I think you're just an example of that with this room remodel. I know you have a question, Samir.
So yeah, Dino, I wanted to ask that what did the military teach you about the community, brotherhood, and belonging? That.
For some people, I think it's a little more difficult than others, just because they're not used to living that way. Playing college baseball and all my life playing baseball, being parts of teams, being in the minor leagues, and I played at different colleges, so you're meeting people from around the country. In the Marine Corps, you meet
Right.
people from everywhere, and so I never had a problem with fitting in with everybody. Race, creed, color, never matters to me. And in the Marine Corps, everyone's green. And I started learning about it right away. When I was at MP school, which was in San Antonio, Texas, we were doing a lot of community things. So we ran a 5K race one time, and the Air Force was going to run it as well. So the Marines were like, well, we're not just going to run alongside the Air Force. So we wore flak jackets. Flak jacket back then was like 30 pounds. So we ran a 5K with flak jackets, and I thought it was awesome, and the community thought it was awesome. And then when I was out in the fleet, out at Camp Pendleton, we would do community things as well. And the support from the community is always outstanding as well. As far as the brotherhood, the Marine Corps, and obviously I'm a little biased, but you can ask those other three branches; they know. But we're just a different branch, a different breed. That's why our numbers are way lower than all of the other branches. We go our boot camp is like 13 weeks.
Usually the first one's in.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
First, one of our
That
models.
takes a special breed.
Yeah, one of our
awesome.
mottos is first to fight, first to die, and we wear that as a badge of honor. We're ready. Let's go. It's what we train for. We're ground pounders, and things that have changed a little bit now with technology and what the Air Force and the Navy are able to do from miles away, and then we still get in there. We're still the first on the ground if need be. But I think that brotherhood starts, and I know it does, in boot camp when we're there 13 weeks. The other branches are 8 to 9 weeks, and everybody's different, obviously, and there's people who have a hard time in whichever branch, and they're all have their own mission, but their boot camps are a lot different than Marine Corps boot camp, and they all know that, and it's no big deal. But go and try and be a Navy SEAL. Their training's a little different, right?
Yeah.
Army
Purposeful,
Rangers,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
well, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Army Rangers, their training is different. Pararescue with the Air Force, and then who gets left out all the time, and I think they're just Vikings and warriors, are the Coast Guard. They, they're kind of like the stepchild, but man, what the Coast Guard deals with and does on a daily basis around the globe and country to keep us safe. People, they don't get much credit at all. When there's a hazard or a disaster or something, then like in Texas with that unfortunate incident with the flood with the kids at the camp, those Coast Guardsmen got a lot of credit for what they did, risking their lives to save lives. That's what we do.
When you go through the shit together, whether it's training camp or whether it's serving in active military or serving somewhere else, there's a brotherhood and a sense of belonging that comes from that. I didn't serve in the military, but I have family that served in the military, and I have friends that served in the military. And that brotherhood and that belonging is something that I've seen to be a lifelong thing. And talking to you and still seeing your friends and who you're connected with, you have each other's backs. What does the community at large need to know about the veteran community and how you support each other? I know you're in the VFW. And you have a community of friends that have served our country as well.
Mm-hmm. One of the easiest and simplest thing that the community and the country can do to show support is just say thank you. I see a veteran, especially Vietnam veterans, they weren't thanked very much when they came home.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, by the grace of God, that after 9/11 and the way things have transformed, and people are very appreciative of what goes on, and they're, service members are celebrated when they come home now with parades and people welcoming them home, which is the way it should be.
Right.
I know Vietnam was a different era, but it's like anything. Not everybody wants to be there or whatever. But we signed that dotted line. Back then they had a draft, but you still got a mission to do, and it's not always what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we do. And what they went through was not good. So I see veterans all of the time, and especially if I see a Vietnam veteran, I always say welcome home, because they weren't welcomed home. And so and other veterans, and then most of the time I'm wearing military stuff as well. And they're like, well, thank you for your service too. But especially those old salty dogs, man, they need to hear that. And then the young warriors too. I always say I say thank you to the police and fire as well. I mean, when we sign up, we know what we're signing up for.
Yeah.
They want to just try and keep the community safe. They don't. The last thing they want to do is pull out their weapon or go into what they have to go into sometimes. Being a Marine, you're kind of itching to go into it. That's what, like I said, it's what we sign up for.
We see you, and we respect you, and we're grateful for you.
Yeah.
I think that's
Definitely.
so important. So thanks for your insights there.
Yeah. It's just I thank them all. Whenever I see
Yep.
them, I see service members, I thank them all the time.
Yeah. It's important. You talk about Vietnam. My dad served in Vietnam. And he talks about that when he came back home, people weren't happy to see him at large, and how that makes you feel. It's kind of the opposite of belonging.
Yeah.
When it's like that, and then you're dealing with what you had to, the PTSD or whatever else of when you served in there, and you got to deal with that on top of that. Talk about a hard way to come back to not be loved and supported. So the simple ways of saying thank you to our veterans and we appreciate you, it's to me it goes a long way. So thanks for sharing it right from your mouth too.
Yeah, and like I said, doesn't cost you anything.
Nope.
And it means so much. I know what it means to me when someone says it to me, and I'm nothing. I didn't do anything, but I know there's a lot of other ones, man, that wear it proudly. We all do.
So, Dino, I wanted to ask that when Giving Group choose you from the remodel, what was your reaction
Unworthy.
for the room remodel? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need anything. I'm fine, I was trying to talk Liz out of it, actually. And she's like, no, we're going to do it. I'm like, it was interesting how it happened because you guys do just an unbelievable job supporting veterans. And it was last year where she asked about a family, for $500 for the Christmas thing or something. And if I knew a couple that, needed to get away. So right away, I knew right away. One of my guys in my VFW, his wife had some surgeries. They had a rough year. And so the weekend getaway thing was awesome for them. Local, it was great. The family, I knew multiple families in need, with the $500, and it worked out. But the room thing, I'm like, so she was like, we're gonna do your room. I'm like, I don't really need it. And then, but as it turned out last year, remember there was the tornadoes, and I know it was really, and I love Liz to death. She came and she's like, we're gonna have to renege on your room, and I'm like, all right, whatever, it's a gift anyway, right? So I'm going to complain. But there was another veteran who got hammered by the tornado or whatever. I'm like, hey, I've got a roof. He doesn't have a roof. It's pretty simple. What am I going to, So when she came back this year, I was totally flabbergasted. And, I have a lot of faith in the way this whole remodel thing has turned out and the way it's been like from the get-go. And I'm, like I said, I'm not complaining by any means, but you do a remodel of one room, but I'm kind of terrified. It went bonsai. It's crazy what's been going on. And I'm like, God works in mysterious ways, because if I was still working, let's say if this was going on last year, I'd be losing my marbles, because I'm there every day and I want to, help out. I want to see what's, and I just retired in June. So now I have nothing but time, and to be there and to support you guys and the people that are showing up. Everybody that's worked. Mike and his painters showed up at, everyone's been early. It's crazy, so I go to the gym in the morning, so that's
They're reporting to a military guy. You got to show up early. You can't be late.
it's been crazy. Yeah,
Discipline is everything, right?
yeah. So I've left my patio door open because I've gotten numerous calls like, "Hey, our guys are there. They're ready to rock. You want to let them in?" I'm like, "Well, I'm on the elliptical right now, or I'm at the gym, So, but I left the patio door open. My home, mi casa y su casa, right? And so everybody, it's just been phenomenal. It's just a total gift from God, that's for sure. And what you guys do, it's just crazy. It's been awesome. I'm very grateful. Very grateful.
We're just a part of it, I think is the conduit. Liz is a huge piece of it. Ritesh is a huge piece of it. But also the board in general comes from a place of giving and wanting to be able to serve. And it's where we can, without looking for anything in return, but more just to do what's right. But it's really not about us. It's more about it's the people coming together.
Yeah.
That you served your country, our country, and for that we have gratitude. You are still a brother to many veterans and have played a big part into the VFW. And you talk about that type of brotherhood that you still have with them. That means. That means I think more than when you hear stories like that. But I think for us, it's giving groups one thing, but it's about the businesses coming together, like yourself with Vasco's Care Day, where part of the portions from that day, 20% goes towards the giving group. But it's businesses like Mike's with Powers Painting and Decorating, or our crown coverings with Rocco and Sherry, and it's all of us coming together to do our part, so that we can do some good in the world. I think that's really where it comes from us, is when we all collectively support each other, life's just better, man, right?
Oh, totally. I mean, the chaos and goofiness of our country right now is just insane to me. Regardless of who the president is, who is running us, there has to be a respect, regardless of what side you're on. And the way things are going right now, we have government agents that are out there fighting. Things are so bad because protesting is great, man. We should protest, but there's a way of doing things and not doing things, and making things a lot harder on people who are trying to keep people safe. So it's just been the way things are. And then hear what you guys are doing. It's more about, it's a thing when, I grew up, I was an altar boy and all of that stuff. And we're born to love. God created us to love, not kill and hate.
Yes.
And unfortunately, there's so much of the other going on,
Yeah, world needs a lot of love and a lot of healing at this moment in time really in our world, and to me, a unification of, I look at past generations in my family that served our military, and there was a sense of pride. When my grandpa put that flag up, there was a sense of pride.
Yeah.
I still have his initials written on my flag as a remembrance when I put my flag in, that this is something much more than just a flag. It's freedom, it's unification, it's us together collectively coming together to be able to make a great America. What we can do is we can't control everything else that's going around us, but what we can control is what's happening right here in our local communities.
Yes.
And how we come together to be able to support and to uplift each other.
Definitely.
For you do that within the veteran community. I want you to, talking about the brotherhood and the community you have with the VFW and the other veterans that you have, how will this room remodel help you support the veteran community and your peers?
More comfortably.
Yeah.
So I redid my garage right during COVID. So TV, camouflage netting throughout the whole thing, repainted. It's obviously all Marine Corps, and it's got sports stuff.
No Navy stuff?
No Navy stuff. Yeah, that's our Uber.
Yeah, so, that's why I said it.
But it's all Marine Corps stuff, all Chicago sports stuff except for Cub stuff, and then it's just a great. Guys come over all the time, and I tell them, you see the garage door open, or even my car, just stop by, And then even I got people who walk their dogs. They come in and stop by, It's and people walk by and they hear us in there and they see us in there, and it's give them water, want a cold one, whatever. You know, everybody's welcome. In this room, it's just going to make more space because we've had quite a few guys in my garage watching the game. You know, in this, I mean, we don't only just watch games. You know, the guys know that they're always welcome. Barbecue bit. My barbecue's going. If it ain't a blizzard, the barbecue's going. You know, so guys can come over and eat, watching games. Watch a lot of movies. I got some Marine buddies that every November 10th we're going to watch Full Metal Jacket and get after it. Got the fire pit in back. You know, there's always we play games, we play backgammon. You know, I'm getting a couple pinball machines I'm going to have in there. It's going to be all branches are welcome. You know, every veteran's welcome, and even people like my neighbors and community too are welcome. It's like I said, my home is. I'm blessed every day. You know, and if I got a couple people that, you know, come around, I'm like, hey, come on in, man. And I've made some good friends, you know. But the veterans, my veteran buddies, you know, I got some guys that struggle, you know, Vietnam guys, you know, and I'm really close with them. And I can't really empathize with them because I haven't been in the trenches like they have been and what they've gone through. But just have a safe place for them to be able to come.
You could empathize and understand that you can't empathize completely or understand exactly where they came from and have a respect from where they came from and creating a space for where they could be themselves and do that. Like you're leading with love too, man.
Yeah.
You might not see that, but from the outside in, that's what we see.
No, it's awesome, and I appreciate it. And the room's going to be very military, really very military, Marine Corps.
I can't wait to see it.
Oh, you're going to, because you know, like you guys give back. I'm going to definitely. And I was talking to Ritesh and Liz and everybody that's been working there, man. I'm going to have a party. It'll be like on a Sunday probably for football and food and beverages and show my appreciation for everybody and let everybody see the finished project for what they started, because I mean I didn't start anything, you know, and I've taken a lot of pictures. I've sent them to Liz, and you know I'm always constantly, you know, thanking the guys, whatever, you know, trying to offer them whatever, but nobody wants anything, but still offering them everything. You know, I bought a couple guys lunch the other day, but it's just, it's going to be open to the public for sure, you know, and like I said,
it's going to be amazing.
It is. I won't have too many veterans over that day. We're going to keep it civilized.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it, man. I've seen the pictures kind of come together on our social media of what it's what's taking place. Excited to see it finished. Keep going, man. Supporting your veteran community, doing it with love, doing it in community around things that bring joy to people's lives. And I think that's so important, not just nowadays, but in general. But thank you, and we look forward to being able to see the room. I can't wait to see how it all comes together for y'all.
Yeah, no, it's you know, I just want to say thank you guys with the opportunity for me to express, you know, like I said, if people hear that the simple thank you to a veteran and what that does and how that makes them feel, I mean, if we can just get one person to do that, then we've made a difference, you know. And then what I've seen you guys do with vets, pets, and kids, it's been incredible too. So God bless you and your mission. And again, anything you guys need, you know, I'm always at the flank. Color guards, whatever we can do to help you guys, we got you.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Look forward to the future, man. But thanks for being on the show today. Appreciate you.
Right on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dino.
Samir,
Really
thank you very much.
time, man.
God bless you guys.
God bless you
Thanks,
too.
brother. All right, Samir, another show in the books, man.
Thank you.
It's been great. It's been an honor to be
This
on
was
with
much
you.
easier for me. I don't know. Cole has to say something also besides you.
Well, Cole's the man that makes this all come together,
But
and there's a lot of gratitude for him.
But how
too.
did you find this?
You know, to me, I think it's coming together for the greater good of our community and somebody that lives in it. To me, is a big part of why I feel like I'm here on Earth. So whether that's what we're building with Love Local, or whether that's the community that I am blessed to be able to be a part of by serving on the board with the Giving Group, or it's working with people like you and the other businesses here. You know, Powers Painting, our Givers and Heart-led company as well. Crown Coverings, the same thing. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, when we come together for the greater good of something, it means so much to me. And
Definitely.
especially being able to help support our veterans and being able to create a space for them that they're going to be able to do life in and hopefully brings them joy.
But yeah, of course, and the most important thing is this, that we got the opportunity to do this global work.
Yes.
So thanks to Giving Group, thanks to Crown Coverings, thanks to you and Cole as well, so thank you so much.
It takes all of us for sure. And my friends, we said a lot here. We're super grateful for all of you watching. Hey, do me a favor. Next time you see a veteran, thank them. Next time you have an opportunity to be, am I going to go to a corporate chain or am I going to go to a small business to get my painting done or my flooring done? Think small. Small businesses give back in our local communities, and to me that's really what it's all about. When we could show up together, when we could serve together, when we could give back together, the world could change. So thanks for watching. Support local, love local. We're stronger together. Go think of better. Peace.
Thank you so much. Peace. Bye-bye.